make a big stop in front of me. Yeah, woohoo, look at those moves. As we always do, what are our 3 rules at practice?
Respect others.
Alrighty, and what is our...
My name is Tracy Lias. My spirit name is Ogichida Ikwe, and I come from St. Laurent, Manitoba, in Treaty 1 territory, the heart and homeland of the Métis Nation.
There they come. It's minus 44 without the windshield, so probably closer to like minus 50.
Breezy. Don't forget the cough once in a while, eh?
Yeah, can't forget the cough.
Come.
Both of my parents are Métis, and they both come from the community of St. Laurent, Manitoba.
Grandpa, do you want me to wear these ones?
Try those.
Ice fishing has a long history with my mom and my dad's family. Like the way my grandpa fishes and the things he teaches us are things older people that have passed on taught him.
All right.
What's happening?
We're going to do lift the next net, send it. We drill that hole when we find this, so we can pull the net back through. Oh, look at her.
I can't get it.
You use your hook there. Probably something around here.
On his eyeball.
His eyeball. Good eating, you know.
Being Métis at the core is about peoplehood and that sense of community, but being Métis is its own distinct identity, so to me that would be family and language and culture and those practices and those traditions and teachings that my parents grew up knowing and that I get to know now.
That's pretty good, Tracy.
Good. Okay.
I'm also the only girl that ever goes fishing. My kukum calls me a fisher lady, and I just get to spend that quality time with my family that like I otherwise wouldn't get. I am on my way to hockey practice, leaving the university. I have been coaching with Airlo Sport Venture for 5 years. 5 years of hockey, 4 years of football, and then this summer I picked up coaching baseball as well.
Hello. How are you? How was your week?
Good.
Here's a puck. Go mess around.
Airlo Sport Venture is a program that's been around for about 28 years.
How are you?
We run 5 leagues throughout the year, all barrier-free, so we remove any of the challenges that players might have, whether that's financial or access or transportation.
Do you want to learn how to do a wrist shot? The trick is it's going to roll off the blade from back to front. Roll and lift. There you go.
When you have access to sport and recreation, you're not just learning how to hit a ball, you're learning about cooperation and teamwork and leadership.
Bring it in, bring it in. What is our most important rule above all?
Have fun.
Have fun, always. Okay, we're gonna be in 2 lines. And when my kids are at my rink, there's an expectation of how I should be and an expectation of how they're also going to act and behave. Do you know how to stop? You're gonna skate up to that pylon, okay? And then when you're ready to stop, push your feet out. Oh, darn it, pretty close. So bend knees. A lot of those times what they learn at the rink transforms into things that they can practice at school or in the community. Oh, we'll get it. So for me, it's about a lot more than just hockey and learning the skills to the game, but more so about like who they are as people and who they're going to be in the larger community. Push out. Yeah, like that. Alrighty, bring it in. If you have a puck, bring it with you. Hey, go show me your best shot.
Like my identity, sports have been everything to like who I am as a person. It's what kept me busy as a kid and taught me a lot about myself and my work ethic.
When she was 3 years old, Tracy put on a pair of skates and
and said that she was gonna play hockey, and that's what she did.
Oh, Mom, 3 generations. Somebody
That's
take our
gotta be.
photo.
When I was growing up, you didn't even dare to be called an Indian or anything else because you were embarrassed. No one explained to us what Métis meant. And then when Tracy started looking into it, we got a better idea what Métis was all about. We have this genealogy book that Tracy put together, and so we pass it on to my brothers and sisters because they also want to know.
We have our own language and our own belief system. It's not even about blood quantum. You're not 1/3 Indigenous. You either are or you aren't.
I take off the cheek first, take an incision, got them all the way over here, follow the backbone all the way down to the tail, pass the fillet to me, do the same thing on the other side. There you go, Trace.
People ask all the time, like, why would I want to be the only girl out on the lake with everybody else?
Good job.
In my perspective, like, why can't I have it all? Like, why can't I go to school and coach and also know how to fish? Majority of my athletes are Indigenous, and not all of them know a lot about their identity. So being in a position where I grew up knowing those things, that I can almost pass it on. It doesn't have to be in a cultural setting. It could be through something like sport. So it's super special that they get those same teachings.
What all did you put in here, Jeff?
Flour, seasoning salt, that pepper and spice you have, and pepper. We ended up having 60 pounds of fish here.
I actually tried to make a healthy version of this once. Absolutely disgusting. The butter is essential.
So I told Jeffrey I'm going to get a sign made for above the toilet.
7 generations of my family have lived in our community on the exact same land.
Want me to cook fins, some?
Kukum wants the fins.
Oh.
I'll keep the fridge for me.
Okay.
Myself and my brother would be the first generation not to grow up in our community fully. First generation urban Indigenous.
I was born and raised in Saint Laurent, Manitoba. I couldn't live in Saint Laurent because there's no work there. I'd either be a fisherman or something like that, and I didn't want to do that. I wanted to go above and beyond that. I had to make enough money to support my family in the city here and live well, and all her activities, someone had to pay for it. So,
She was a busy kid,
very active.
very active, always had to be doing something, always on the go, always trying something new.
The first time I ever learned about the epidemic of missing and murdered Indigenous women, girls, and Two-Spirit people was in my 11th grade Indigenous Studies classroom. And I really applaud the teacher that I had who taught us so much about ourselves and our history in like such a little amount of time. I just like grew curious at like, what if it was me, and would people react the same way? And I needed to do something drastic so people would listen.
I was sort of leery, you know, for her to be running on one of the most dangerous highways in Manitoba. She started from our home here in Oak Point to Winnipeg. We said, if you're going to do it, we will be right there with you.
At the beginning, nobody wanted to believe her or help sponsor her or give her money for gas, and they all pushed her aside, and like she did it on her own, right?
16-year-old Tracy Leost is suiting up for what will be the biggest run of her life, 115 kilometers in 4 days. A few months ago, the Garden City Collegiate student decided that she wanted to bring attention to missing and murdered Indigenous women.
I felt like people were counting on me, and that I was like trying to raise awareness for something that like people weren't talking enough about, and that like if I were to quit, then all those families like would also be losing hope. There's never a doubt in my mind that I wasn't going to do it.
To present a check for $10,000 and the Métis Youth Inspire Award to Tracy Leost.
Tracy embodies the strength of our young women who are leading the way for our next 7 generations. Now in her second year in Indigenous social work program at the University of Regina, she continues to advocate for Indigenous peoples.
Oh my goodness, you got a big fork on, push! As hard as you can. One of my favorite memories is one of my boys has a long braid. Out you go! And when he first started coming to my rink, he always tucked it away under his jersey. And then eventually, like, through feeling safe and just like encouragement and being comfortable and proud of who he is as an Indigenous young person, he started to wear his braid out. So it's those special things that you get to see, like, this sense of pride grow. And that is truly everything for me. For the rest of my life, I will take care of my people and love my people and be a person that they can continue to count on.